I had a viewer today. They commented that they were seeking a diagnosis of PDD NOS, and they were concerned because it's been taken off of the diagnostic criteria, which just means it's not going to be diagnosed anymore. I think there's kind of a couple misunderstandings that happen with diagnoses that I had, and I see others have. Basically, getting diagnosed with an autism spectrum disorder, there's very limited application for it. Ultimately, in stuff like social supports or education, things like that, they can be a deciding factor as to whether or not you get the support that you need to address the problems you're having. But the really important part that I think a lot of people overlook is with diagnoses, the only reason that people can diagnose somebody is because they display symptoms that are characteristics of these disorders. Because they're just symptoms that are really the problem and the difficulties that you face because of the symptoms. I think there's very little value in a diagnosis to that degree. It doesn't necessarily help you in addressing any of the symptoms that you're having unless you're getting direct support because of it. Another value that a diagnosis could have, and it did for me, was that you're just curious. You're extremely curious. You went through your life going through many tests, and you never met any of the criteria for any of the other disorders, as they're commonly tested for in just about any civilized Western nation that you're likely to be viewing this on a computer from. And if you can get a diagnosis to fulfill your curiosity, that's a good thing, but it also can be a very detrimental thing in that getting a diagnosis can be very expensive because you're looking at a registered psychiatrist or it's just going to cost you a lot of money to end up getting the diagnosis, as it will take multiple trips, likely 2 or 3 trips to a psychiatrist before you have a diagnosis completed and your diagnostic review given to you. So I think we really need to, as a community, well, we're not a community, but as a demographic, we really need to address the symptoms that we're having rather than just seeking any kind of diagnosis. And that's going to be all for this video. If you have any other ideas for PDD, NOS videos, or ASD videos you'd like to see in the future, leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and take care.